Gabby Landalaco here with another episode of Inspired Careers Job Seeker Spotlight, the video podcast series where I interview up-and-coming talent, present them to the marketplace to help employers learn about them and see if they'd be a good fit for your organization. I'm excited today to introduce you to Luke James. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Kathy.
Glad to have you here today.
Glad to be here.
Luke is a recent, and I mean very recent, like this month, graduate of the University of Arkansas. He's got a fabulous degree in computer science, and he's got some great experience that we're going to talk about in this interview here. But in the meantime, Luke, I don't want to steal your thunder. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into about your skills and why you're a great person for them to hire.
Yeah, so I'm a recent graduate from the University of Arkansas, graduated with a degree in computer science. And over the 4 years I've been here, I've gained plenty of experience with the projects and the coding languages that I've gotten under my belt. And now I'm looking for an entry-level position in web development or software development.
All right, excellent. And you've had a lot of great experience, Luke. And that's always the thing with entry-level candidates for jobs. They don't have a lot of experience, but you were coming with a lot. So let's talk about that. Let's start with your capstone project. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, definitely. So my capstone project this year was working with NASA and Arizona State on the Psyche mission. In order to drive up public engagement, we created a web-based board game in Unity, and it took place over 2 semesters. So the first semester was just all of the logistics and the planning, and the second semester was all of the coding. And so throughout the process of that, we went through several iterations of what our game would look like, and we eventually ended up with a board game that had mini games that you would land on as you progressed. And for that, I was essentially the de facto head of design. So I designed all the assets, including the board, all the planets and the spaceship, just anything that was used for the board or the mini games, I designed in Adobe Illustrator. And then I also took on the role of making sure that everything was consistent across all the mini games and the boards, so that once we put everyone's parts together, that everything was consistent in design.
And I've actually seen the game, folks, and it's really cool. It really hit the mark. It's engaging and it's fun. Great experience for you. And I know you did take a leadership position when you were talking about being the de facto head of design. So that's awesome. But you have some other experience too. Why don't you tell us about that? And for all of you younger folks out there, we're going to say Super Mario, because I'll tell you what, I didn't expect to say that today, but go ahead. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I definitely had some other big projects, and in programming paradigms, that big project was creating a Mario game. So we created it first in Java with no additional packages or libraries, so just all completely our code. And then from there, we recreated it in Python and JavaScript. And so that was a really interesting project, just being able to make a video game using coding. It was a really good way just to learn while having fun.
That's awesome. And is there anything else you'd like to share? I know you had a really rigorous schedule and with your projects, but didn't you have something else, another really cool project, or there has been web design that you've been working on too?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been working with Riverside Digital Marketing and creating their website. And I've been working on the front end for that using HTML, CSS, and then also other technologies such as React and Bootstrap. I've also designed the logos for the website and chosen the color palette. And then I'm also just designing the entirety of the website outside of just coding it.
All right. You have been busy. That's awesome. So listen, Luke, the purpose of this is to get people to just see your face, hear your voice, listen a little bit to the experience that you've had to determine if they'd like to talk to you about a potential position in their organization. And when that conversation happens, they may ask you, why should I hire you? What do you bring different to my organization? What is it about Luke that's going to make a difference? What might you tell them?
So on top of the wealth of skills that I have, I feel like one of the greatest things that I bring is my communication and then also my personality. So for communication, I feel like I have a strong tendency to be a leader and then to also bring everyone together. So whenever there's a lot of disagreements or people are kind of weary about which direction to go, I feel like I have a good way of kind of bringing everyone together and then discussing the ideas openly so that we can figure out the best direction to go. In terms of my personality, I feel like I'm a very positive person, and I feel like that helps a lot when it comes to coding because there's a lot that tries to get you down. And in addition to that, I feel like that kind of drives my attitude towards work, which is that I don't ever really see a job as just getting a job done. It's always something more for me. So when I get started on something that's become like it's a passion project for me almost. And so there's no chance that once I get started on something that I can just, finish it just to finish it. It has to become, a fully realized product that I'm proud of.
That's awesome. And I will tell you, Luke and I have been working together for a couple of weeks now, and he's a hoot. We're having a lot of fun. So he does have a great personality. I will tell you, look at that smile. So absolutely for real. All right. So we're tying up our time here, Luke. We just wanted to kind of give everybody a flavor for you. If anybody wants to see your fabulous new resume that we've created, how can they reach out to you? Would they find you on LinkedIn?
Definitely. You can find me on LinkedIn. It's Luwaja, so Luwaja.
All right, we're going to include that with at the bottom of our video too, so people can reach out. Luke's happy to share his resume with you. He's got a fully optimized profile too, so take a look and see what you can learn there. All right. Thank you, Luke. That's awesome. So if anybody wants you now, they know how to reach you. We'll include everything, as I said, at the bottom here. In the meantime, listen, we have lots of great candidates to share. Today is Luke's Spotlight, and I'm so excited to have introduced you to him. You'll find this also on his LinkedIn profile. Please reach out to him, connect with him. He's got a lot of great things to share. In the meantime, please subscribe, ring our bell here, and Inspire Career Spotlight on Careers, and get great information every day when we drop it. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day and live inspired.